We're stepping it up here this week over at Rupertswood. We're here with the 200 gamer here at Rupertswood. Leigh Brennan, thanks for joining us, mate. You're getting a bit excited ahead of the weekend and the achievement?
Yeah, it's not something to look forward to, but as again, the cliche goes, you just another game. But yeah, it's a nice little thing to have on the resume.
Fantastic, mate. And tell us a little bit about your time at Rupers when you started as a junior and how it's sort of unfolded since then.
Yeah, so I've been here since basically I was 10 years old. I've played all the way through from under 10s all the way through to senior footy. Had 1 year off in 2008. I went over a season, played cricket, and so that's basically played all the way through.
And how did you go in that season of cricket, mate?
Yeah, it was good experience. So I played cricket in South Yorkshire for a year. For a season, and I loved it. One of the best things I've ever done in my life. Yeah.
So got to do it while you're young, as they say.
That's it. Yeah.
Now, have you enjoyed the time sort of coming in from I think the amateurs through to the RDFL? What was the transition with the club that you sort of experienced at the time?
Well, I think we seemed that we lost a lot of players, and that was amateurs. You don't pay players. The travel was a big thing as well. We go across to Mazenod in Waverley, Peninsula, Old Carey, things like that. And then having a young side, as we always do here at Rupo, it's hard to get them to travel all the way across and get them lifts and things like that. So that was a big factor. But since coming into the RDFL, we couldn't be happier, I think. So having a local rivalry, playing against some old teammates in other sides, you're home within 20 minutes of most games. You can't ask for anything more, really, and the club loves it.
Fantastic. What was it like when you started off as a junior at the club, 10 years old, still playing with the Riddle District Junior Footy League back in those days? Still a lot of numbers around the club back then? Yeah, no, it's always been one of those clubs that's had a lot of juniors. The ground was around the other way, so I've seen that happen as well. So, it's always been a popular club with the local primary schools and with Salesian College as well, so it gets a good influx of players every year because of that. So it's always been a massive club, and you see it now with our juniors and our under 18s, under 16s. They're massive, so it's a massive club. I have to ask with the ground, what actually happened? Why did it change dimensions, so to speak?
I think it was facing east-west, and that sort of didn't really work out. The sun in the eyes and things like that. And then with this stadium being built, that was coming along in the plans as well, and they because this all used to be a car park, so they've moved that around, and that's as good as guess I can get. Yeah,
that's fair. I remember playing, I think I played one game here as a junior, it might have been a final, and then coming here back when you guys jumped in the competition, I was sort of thinking, well, hang on, what's going on here?
Right, that's it, yeah. So,
You've had some pretty good teammates along the journey. You've played footy with your brother. What was that like?
Yeah, that's probably one of the highlights. To get to play senior footy and a good couple of years consistent senior footy with Ben was fantastic. Probably one of the smartest players I've played with. He's just one of those team men. He'll always do a team job. So, awesome experience to play with my brother.
What's happening with him this year, mate?
He's playing at St Albans. Yep. So he's got Lockie Badley and Matt Quigley down there, which are two of his best mates. And he's decided to go down there for a year and play. And he's fully fit. Knees are giving him no trouble, and he's enjoying it. So, which is the main thing.
Excellent. How are you enjoying it this year? You guys got so close last year in the semi-finals. Obviously, a bit of redemption this year.
Yeah, so big disappointment. We finished the regular season off really strongly last year, finishing second. But then to go out in straight sets is really disappointing, and it wasn't up to the standard that we expect. So it hasn't been dwelled on this year. We don't talk about it. It's just something about rebuilding and going again this year and building so that at the end of the year we can actually win a final in the RDFL. We haven't done that yet, so that's one major goal. And obviously we want to go deep into the finals this year and give it a good shape.
Now you've had a lot of highlights throughout your career, obviously playing with your brother Ben. From a match performance, was there any particular game that you remember that stood out for you individually?
Yeah, a couple. A couple of times in the Ammos, kicking a few bags of 10. That's always a highlight individually. Team-wise, you can't go past the premiership in 2009 against Fitzroy. We had, I think the only other player that's still currently playing here now that played in that was Todd Polzak.
Yep.
And he was a young 17, 18-year-old. So, we're basically the two veterans of the last premiership side here, and that's probably one of the big ones.
What was the feeling of winning that premiership as a club?
Elation, I think. We'd gone a few years winning, going through the season, losing only a handful of games, and I think for about 6 years in a row, no less than a prelim final. Then we lost a couple of grand finals, so to finally get one as a senior footballer was huge, and one of the best feelings you can possibly get.
You must have been pretty wrapped as well, because you'd only had the year off with cricket the year before, and then coming back and won a premiership, thinking, how easy is this?
Yeah, well, that was it. And then we come back into it, and it was one of those things where the feeling around the club, we knew we were going to win it, and we knew that, but no one ever actually spoke about it. It was just one of those feelings at the club that we knew that we had the cattle on the track, and we were going to give it a good shake, and the boys did everything possible that year, so that was good.
But back on the RDFL level, what do you think has probably been the most enjoyable game you've experienced playing senior footy in this competition?
There's probably two. The win against Romsey this year, being the reigning premiers, of course, and hadn't lost a game. I know it was wet and cold night, but for the boys to stick at the task for the day and knock off a quality opposition was huge. But then also the local rivals, knocking off Sunbury for the first time last year, was massive. As we've spoken about a couple of times, with the young players we've got, and they all stuck to their task, and that's a big one. A lot of respect for Sunbury. A lot of blokes have played footy with as well. So to finally to knock them off was good as well. So.
Fantastic. And obviously from an off-field perspective as well, we've touched on it in the past, some of the great work you've been doing with your now fiancé, with CF, obviously a very big success from your point of view personally.
Yeah, no, it's massive. So the last 3 years we've raised with the help of the playing group is, I think it's close to $40,000. So the work that Claire's been able to do behind the scenes and the support we've got is fantastic. This year, unfortunately, we can't do the big fundraiser just because of other commitments, but we're still going to be doing fundraising on the day against Macedon. We're still going to be wearing the purple uniform again, so just a bit different this year, just to make it unique for the year. And still be rattling tins. We'll have some auction items and promote it through Facebook again. So we'll still do that, but just not with the big fundraiser at the night. And
that'll be here as well, I think, that game?
Yeah, so 4th of July against Macedon. And Macedon are great supporters of the day and the cause, obviously, with the Beatson name being pretty important in the league and with Macedon. So, we appreciate the support that they give each year as well.
Fantastic. When you're running out on Saturday, just another game to you, or will the 200-game milestone feel something special?
Definitely something special. Only one other player, Nathan Webb, who's done it and played every 200 games at Rupo. Yep. So pretty special to do that with one of your best mates. And
he's the bloke that stitched you up as well, getting the word out to everyone?
Yeah, he told me that Friday night at the dinner. So I'll have to spike his drink or something. So we'll do that. But so it'll be pretty special. But once you get onto the ground, it's just not a game of footy. So hopefully I'll get a kick.
Sensational, mate. Congratulations, and have some fun out there, and best of luck with it all.
Awesome. Thanks, Yeendy.